Have you ever felt that there's something about you that draws people in, but you can't quite put your finger on what it is? Have you wondered why some strangers seem to feel instantly at ease with you? Or why people remember what you say long after the conversation is over? You're not imagining things. According to ancient wisdom from Saint Cyprian, a guardian of mystical secrets and an expert on human magnetism, you possess a type of allure that goes far beyond physical beauty. Today, I'm going to reveal 8 unmistakable signs that you are naturally attractive on an energetic and spiritual level, even if your mind is trying to convince you otherwise. These signs have nothing to do with society's beauty standards. It's not about having the perfect body, flawless skin, or an ideal face. True attractiveness, according to Saint Cyprian's teachings, stems from something much deeper and more powerful. If this content helps you recognize your own power, support me by subscribing and liking this video. This allows me to continue sharing these ancient insights that can transform your life. What you're about to discover has remained hidden for centuries, reserved only for those who sought the deeper secrets of human connection. Most people live completely unaware of their own energetic magnetism. They focus so much on their insecurities and what they believe they lack that they fail to see the clear signs the universe is constantly sending them. I assure you that as you listen to this, there is evidence all around you of how magnetic and powerful you truly are. In ancient texts attributed to Saint Cyprian, it is said that some individuals are born with a special light, a type of energy that naturally attracts others, much like the moon draws the tides. It's not coincidence, it's not luck, and it's definitely not something you're imagining. This ability for energetic attraction has been studied and respected in many ancient cultures. The Romans called it numen, the Greeks referred to it as charis, and in esoteric traditions like those preserved in Saint Cyprian's writings, it's known as the gift of presence. What's fascinating is that many people with this gift live without even realizing it. Could you be one of them? Are you ready to discover the truth about your natural magnetism? Get ready, because what you're about to learn could forever change how you perceive yourself and the impact you have on the world around you. The first sign is so subtle that most people overlook it, but once you learn to recognize it, it becomes an undeniable confirmation of your natural energetic power. The first revealing sign that you possess extraordinary appeal, according to Saint Cyprian, is that people feel your energy before you even speak. Have you ever walked into a room and noticed people turning to look at you? Not with a fleeting glance of curiosity, but with a sustained attention that seems involuntary? This is not a casual phenomenon. It's a clear manifestation of what ancient texts describe as magnetic presence. In the manuscripts attributed to Saint Cyprian, it is explained that certain souls naturally emit a stronger and more intense energetic field than average. This field is imperceptible to the physical eye, but absolutely tangible to the energetic sensitivity that we all possess unconsciously. It's like an invisible perfume that precedes your words and announces your arrival. I have observed this phenomenon countless times. I particularly remember a woman who came to consult with me, convinced that she was ordinary. However, every time she entered my office, the entire atmosphere seemed to transform. She told me that at work, people always noticed when she arrived, even if she entered quietly. "It must be because I make noise without realizing it," she would say, looking for rational explanations for something that transcended the physical. What she didn't understand, and perhaps you don't either, is that this ability to be perceived energetically is one of the rarest and most valuable gifts a person can possess. According to Saint Cyprian, there is a crucial difference between a look of simple curiosity and a look of energetic recognition. The curious glance is brief, superficial, and evaluative. The look of energetic recognition is deeper, often followed by a quick averting of the eyes when the person realizes they are being magnetically drawn to you against their will. Think back over the past few weeks. How many times have you noticed someone watching you, and when they realized you noticed, they quickly looked away. How often do people seem to pay special attention when you enter a space? These are not coincidences. They are direct manifestations of your expanded energetic field. Ancient texts suggest that this magnetic gift can be consciously amplified. Saint Cyprian taught that those who recognize this power within themselves can learn to modulate it, intensifying it at certain moments or softening it at others as needed. It's like learning to adjust the brightness of an inner light. A simple practice to recognize and strengthen this energy is what I call the centering exercise. Before entering any space, close your eyes for a moment, take a deep breath, and visualize your energy concentrating in the center of your chest, then expanding like a golden light that completely surrounds you. Sensitive individuals will immediately notice the difference. What's most fascinating about this first sign is that it operates entirely outside the realm of conventional physical beauty. I've known people who, by social standards, wouldn't be considered attractive, but who possess such a magnetic presence that they become the center of attention wherever they go. A contemporary mystic once said, "Beauty attracts the eyes, but magnetic presence captivates the soul." This phrase perfectly summarizes what Saint Cyprian sought to convey in his teachings about true human attractiveness. The next time you notice someone looking at you with that special attention and then looking away, don't immediately search for what's wrong with you. Instead, acknowledge that a significant energetic encounter just took place. That person, without even realizing it, has been touched by your natural magnetic field. And this leads us to the second sign, equally powerful yet even more mysterious: the lasting impact your words have on others, something that goes far beyond simple communication. The second revealing sign, according to Saint Cyprian's teachings, is that your words have extraordinary staying power. Have you ever had someone mention something you said weeks or even months ago? Something that for you was a casual conversation, but that person held in their memory like a sacred treasure. Ancient esoteric texts speak of certain individuals whose words are not just sounds that fade into the air, but true enchantments that imprint on the soul of those who hear them. Saint Cyprian referred to this as the verbal seal, the ability to engrave words in another's memory with unusual force. This has nothing to do with eloquence or formal education. In fact, people with this gift often speak simply. But there's something in the vibration of their words, in the authenticity with which they express themselves, that makes their messages resonate on a deep level, leaving a lasting impression. I remember a man who came to see me, confused because he was constantly hearing phrases like, "as you told me that time," or "I'll never forget when you advised me to." He insisted, "But I don't give advice, I just have normal conversations." What this man didn't understand is that he was born with the gift of the verbal seal. His words, even the most casual, carried a special energetic charge that made them memorable. According to Saint Cyprian, this gift has an esoteric explanation. Some people speak directly from their connection to what he called the source of truth. It's not that they are intellectually wiser, it's that their words come from a more authentic place, less contaminated by ego or social pretensions. Most everyday conversations are superficial, words exchanged without true intention or depth. But when someone with the gift of the verbal seal speaks, something different occurs. It's as if, for a moment, the listener can perceive a greater truth through those simple words. Have you noticed that people remember your advice, opinions, or even seemingly trivial comments you made with remarkable accuracy? Have you ever been told, "What you said changed my perspective," or "I'll never forget your words that day"? If this happens to you regularly, it's a clear sign that you possess this ancestral gift. The most interesting part is that, according to Saint Cyprian's teachings, this power can be consciously cultivated. The key is to always speak from your inner truth, without unnecessary filters or social masks. When you learn to communicate from that authentic place, your words naturally acquire the power of the verbal seal. An ancient practice to strengthen this gift is what I call the pre-silence ritual. Before expressing something important, take a small pause, connect with your center, and then allow your words to arise from that connection, not from your thinking mind. You'll notice that what you say after that conscious silence has a completely different impact on the listener. Have you ever wondered why your words seem to stick with people long after you've spoken them? It's not a coincidence. It's a direct reflection of your innate ability to communicate from a place of authentic, energetic power. And this perfectly connects us to the third sign, an even more visible manifestation of your natural magnetism, the ability to instantly transform the environments you enter. The third undeniable sign of your magnetic attraction is your ability to transform entire environments with your mere presence. Have you noticed that when you walk into certain spaces, something subtle yet significant changes in the atmosphere? It's not just that people notice you, the entire energy of the place seems to elevate or transform. According to texts attributed to Saint Cyprian, there are souls that possess what he called the gift of environmental alchemy, the innate ability to transmute stagnant energy into fluid and positive energy. It's as if, without conscious effort, you energetically cleanse the spaces you inhabit. A clear manifestation of this gift is when people around you begin to smile naturally and genuinely. But we're not talking about social or courteous smiles, those mechanical expressions we exchange out of politeness. I mean authentic smiles, those that psychology refers to as Duchenne smiles, which involve the eyes and reflect genuine joy. If, when you enter a place, whether it's your office, a family gathering, or even everyday spaces like the grocery store or public transport, you notice that people visibly light up upon seeing you, that's a powerful sign that you possess this transformative gift. I recall a woman who consulted me, convinced that she was socially awkward and that she created discomfort in groups. However, as she shared her experiences with me, she unconsciously described situations where her arrival seemed to lift the general mood. Her coworkers would say, "It's great that you're here. The meeting was so boring." Or, "The day feels different when you're around." In St. Cyprian's wisdom, this ability is explained as a raised vibrational frequency that naturally synchronizes the energies around it, elevating them to a higher level. Like a tuning fork that, when vibrating, causes nearby tuning forks to begin resonating at the same frequency. What's fascinating is that this transformation occurs without conscious effort. You don't have to try to be charismatic or work to please others. Your simple, authentic, and centered presence acts as an energetic catalyst. People who possess this gift have often developed, sometimes without realizing it, what St. Cyprian called the art of presence. They are fully present in the moment, not divided between the past and the future, or between being physically there while their minds wander elsewhere. This full presence has an immediate and tangible effect on any environment. A powerful practice to consciously amplify this gift is the anchoring technique. Before entering any space, visualize your feet firmly connected to the ground, breathing deeply and mentally affirming, "Where I am, I bring light." This simple practice greatly enhances your natural capacity for environmental transformation. Have you noticed that group dynamics change when you arrive? That tense conversations soften, or that dull environments seem to be revitalized? This is not a casual coincidence. It's a direct manifestation of your natural alchemical gift, that unique ability to elevate the vibrations of the spaces you inhabit. Now, let's delve into the fourth sign, an even deeper manifestation of your magnetic power, your ability to create fields of protection for those around you. The fourth mysterious sign of your energetic attraction is that people feel inexplicably safe and protected in your presence. This phenomenon, which St. Cyprian called the protective cloak, is one of the rarest and most valuable gifts a human being can possess. Have you noticed that people tend to visibly relax when they are with you? Their body language softens, their voices become more natural, and it seems like they drop an invisible weight from their shoulders? This happens because they unconsciously perceive your energetic field as a space of absolute safety. According to ancient texts, all human beings live with what we might call energetic armors, layers of protection we create to defend ourselves from emotional and energetic assaults from the outside world. While these armors are necessary in certain contexts, they keep us in a constant state of alertness and tension. What's extraordinary about those who possess the gift of the protective cloak is that their presence signals to others' nervous systems that it's safe to lower those defenses temporarily. It's as if your energy transmits a subliminal message. You are safe here. You can rest. I remember a man who came to consult me because he felt confused. He told me that constantly, in crisis situations, whether family emergencies, moments of tension at work, or even accidents in public, people instinctively approached him seeking help and calm, even when there were others more qualified or in positions of greater authority present. "I don't understand why they come to me in those moments," he said, genuinely perplexed. What he didn't realize is that he possessed this protective gift naturally. His energetic field emitted a signal of safety and stability so powerful that in chaotic moments, people instinctively sought him out like one seeks shelter during a storm. Saint Cyprian described this phenomenon as an extension of the soul that creates a templum, a sacred and protected space that extends beyond the physical boundaries of the body. In his texts, he explains that some people are born with the ability to extend this temple enough to include others within their protective influence. A revealing sign that you possess this gift is that even typically distrustful or defensive individuals seem to open up and relax when they are with you. People whom others describe as difficult or closed off show a softer and more accessible version of themselves around you. You may also notice that in conflict or group tension situations, you often find yourself naturally in the role of mediator or peacemaker, not because you actively seek that role, but because your very presence has a calming effect on the altered energies. To consciously strengthen this gift, Saint Cyprian recommended a practice that we might today call expanding the protective aura. This involves visualizing your personal energy as a sphere of golden light completely surrounding you. For a few minutes each day, imagine this sphere gradually expanding, carrying its protective quality further and further out. If people constantly seek you out in moments of vulnerability, if they confide their deepest fears to you, if you notice that even children and animals, who are especially sensitive to energies, feel immediately comfortable with you, you're facing clear evidence that you possess this ancestral gift. And this perfectly connects us to the fifth sign, an even more surprising manifestation of your natural magnetism, your innate ability to guide others through your intuitive wisdom. The fifth extraordinary sign of your magnetic appeal, according to Saint Cyprian, is that people constantly seek your opinion and advice, even on topics where you have no formal experience. This phenomenon, known in ancient texts as the gift of the natural oracle, is one of the clearest manifestations of spiritual magnetism. How often do people say phrases like, "What do you think?" or "What would you do in my place?" or "I need your perspective on this." If this happens to you regularly, both with close friends and more casual acquaintances, you're experiencing an undeniable sign that you possess this ancestral gift. What's fascinating about this sign is that it doesn't depend on your academic credentials, social standing, or professional experience. In fact, I've known individuals with only basic education who are constantly consulted by professionals with multiple degrees. I've seen young people being sought out by elders for advice on vital decisions. According to Saint Cyprian's texts, this occurs because some souls are born with a special connection to what he called the universal source of wisdom, an intuitive intelligence that transcends intellectual knowledge. It's not that you know more facts or have more information, it's that you have a natural ability to perceive the essence of situations, to see beyond the obvious. I remember a woman who worked as an assistant in a major company. She told me, puzzled that high-level executives constantly sought her out to consult on critical decisions. "It doesn't make sense," she said. "They are the experts. They have master's degrees and doctorates. Why are they asking me?" What this woman didn't understand is that she naturally possessed the gift of the oracle. Saint Cyprian explains in his texts that this type of intuitive wisdom is often far more valuable than academic knowledge because it arises from a direct connection to what he called the essential truth of things. While the intellect analyzes fragments and details, intuition captures complete patterns and essences. A key characteristic of people who possess this gift is that their advice tends to be surprisingly accurate, not because they predict the future, but because they clearly perceive the true nature of the situations and the people involved. Their guiding words have a timeless quality, applicable beyond specific circumstances. You may also notice that when you give your opinion, people often respond with phrases like, "That's exactly what I needed to hear," or "Somehow you put into words what I was feeling but couldn't express." This happens because your gift allows you to articulate truths that are already present in the heart of the person consulting you, but that they couldn't access consciously. According to ancient texts, this gift comes with great responsibility. Saint Cyprian warned that those who have the capacity to influence others' decisions must cultivate virtues like humility and discernment to ensure their influence is always beneficial. A powerful practice to refine this gift is what I call the oracular pause. When someone asks you for important advice, take a conscious pause before responding. Close your eyes briefly if possible, connect with your inner wisdom, and allow the answer to arise naturally. Not from your analytical mind, but from your intuitive center. If you constantly find yourself in situations where people who seemingly have more experience, education, or authority than you seek your opinion on important matters, if your advice often resonates deeply with those who receive it, if you frequently have that feeling of just knowing the right answer without being able to explain how you know, you're facing clear evidence that you possess the gift of the natural oracle. And this leads us directly to the sixth sign, an equally powerful manifestation of your spiritual magnetism, your ability to inspire deep confidences in others. The sixth mysterious sign of your energetic attraction, according to Saint Cyprian, is that people open up to you in extraordinary ways, sharing secrets, vulnerabilities, and truths that they normally keep hidden. This phenomenon, known in ancient texts as the gift of confidence, is a clear manifestation of your spiritual magnetism. Have you ever found that strangers share their most personal stories with you on public transport? That people with whom you've barely exchanged a few words suddenly feel compelled to reveal deep aspects of their lives? That friends confess things to you that they've never told anyone else? If these situations are recurrent in your life, it's not coincidence or chance. You possess an energetic quality that Saint Cyprian described as the dissolved veil, the natural ability to temporarily disintegrate the emotional barriers that people build around themselves. What's fascinating about this gift is that it operates beyond your conscious behavior. It's not necessarily that you ask the right questions or have special communication techniques. There's something in your energetic field that conveys a subconscious message. It's safe to show yourself as you really are. I remember a man who consulted me because he felt confused about how people constantly revealed their most intimate secrets to him. "I barely know someone," he said, "and they're already telling me about their childhood traumas or marital problems. What am I doing to provoke this?" What he didn't understand is that he wasn't doing anything in particular. He was born with the gift of confidence, that rare ability to create an energetic field where social masks simply dissolve. According to Saint Cyprian's texts, this gift has an esoteric explanation. Some souls naturally emit a vibration that resonates with what he called the authentic core of other beings. This resonance makes the truest part of people feel recognized and accepted, even before they've expressed themselves verbally. A revealing sign that you possess this gift is that normally reserved or closed-off individuals show unusual openness around you. People whom others describe as hard to get to know or very private share facets of themselves with you that they keep hidden from the rest of the world. You may also notice that these confidences arise naturally and spontaneously, often surprising the very person sharing them, as if something in your presence had released an emotional floodgate they didn't know they could open. Saint Cyprian warned that this gift carries a sacred responsibility. Those who have the ability to inspire deep confidences must honor the trust placed in them, keeping these secrets as inviolable treasures and using this knowledge only for the benefit of the one who has opened up. A practice to honor and strengthen this gift is what I call the open heart ritual. It simply involves visualizing your own heart as an infinite space capable of receiving and holding the truths of others without judgment, without collapsing, and without personally absorbing their emotional burdens. If you regularly find yourself in situations where people reveal aspects of themselves that they typically hide, if you often hear phrases like, "I don't know why I'm telling you this," or "I've never told anyone this before," if even strangers feel the need to share their most personal stories with you, you're experiencing a clear manifestation of your gift of confidence. And this perfectly connects us to the seventh sign, an even more subtle but equally powerful manifestation of your natural magnetism, the impact your absence has. The seventh revealing sign of your magnetic attraction, according to Saint Cyprian, is that your absence is intensely felt and alters the balance of the spaces you normally inhabit. This phenomenon, known in ancient texts as the gift of energetic anchoring, is a subtle yet powerful manifestation of your spiritual influence. Have you noticed that when you miss a gathering, people tell you afterward, "It wasn't the same without you"? Have you ever arrived late to an event and someone commented, "We were waiting for you to start"? Have you been told that a place or group feels different when you're not there? If these experiences are common in your life, it's not mere social courtesy. According to Saint Cyprian's wisdom, some people act as points of energetic anchoring. Their presence naturally stabilizes, harmonizes, and balances the energy of a group or space. When this presence is withdrawn, the change is perceptible to everyone, even if not everyone can explain exactly what is missing. What's fascinating about this gift is that it operates independently of your level of active participation. You don't need to be the center of attention, the most talkative person, or the most conventionally charismatic. Your mere presence, even in silence, fulfills an essential energetic function that others subconsciously perceive. I remember a woman who consulted me, confused because she constantly received messages when she missed family or work meetings. "Where are you? It's not the same without you." Or, "Things don't flow the same when you're not here." She felt puzzled because she considered herself unimportant in these groups. What this woman didn't realize is that she naturally possessed the gift of anchoring. Her energy acted as a stabilization point for the entire group field. And when that energy was absent, the group experienced a sense of imbalance or incompleteness. According to Saint Cyprian's texts, people with this gift have a particular energetic quality. Their personal field is exceptionally stable and coherent. This coherence acts as a harmonizing force that helps align the more chaotic or dispersed energies around them, similar to how a magnet aligns iron filings. A clear sign that you possess this gift is that the groups or spaces you regularly participate in seem to function differently when you are not present. Dynamics change, conversations take different turns, and even the emotional atmosphere subtly transforms. You may also notice that often important decisions are postponed until you can be present. Not necessarily because your opinion is indispensable, but because there's an instinctive recognition that your presence brings a necessary quality to the group process. To honor and consciously strengthen this gift, Saint Cyprian recommended a practice that we might today call intentional centering. This involves dedicating a few moments before entering any group space to deeply connect with your own center of stability.
with the conscious intention of offering that stability to the entire group. If you regularly hear comments about how your presence or absence affects entire groups, if people seem to feel the need to inform you about what happened when you were not there, as if your absence created a void in the collective experience,
if you notice that the spaces you frequent seem more harmonious and balanced when you are there, you're experiencing clear manifestations of your gift as an energetic anchor. This silent yet profound gift is one of the most valuable offerings you can give to the world: the ability to create stability and coherence simply with your presence. And while many desperately seek ways to stand out or grab attention, you possess something infinitely more powerful: the ability to create fields of harmony that everyone can feel, even if few can explain. Now, this leads us to the eighth and final sign, the most extraordinary manifestation of your magnetic power: the ability to awaken dormant gifts and potentials in those around you. The eighth and most powerful sign of your spiritual attractiveness, according to Saint Cyprian, is that you awaken dormant gifts and potentials in others. This phenomenon, known in ancient texts as the gift of the spiritual key, represents the supreme manifestation of true human magnetism. Have you noticed that people seem to discover new facets of themselves when they are near you? That in your presence they feel more creative, braver, more connected to their own talents or abilities? Has someone ever said to you, "I never thought about that until I talked to you," or "With you, I feel capable of things I normally wouldn't try"? If these experiences are part of your life, you are witnessing the most transformative power a human being can possess: the ability to activate the dormant potential in others. According to manuscripts attributed to Saint Cyprian, some extraordinary souls are born with what he poetically described as the key of the 7 seals, a particular energy that has the effect of opening inner doors in those who come into contact with it. It's not that you impose anything external on others, rather, your presence acts as a catalyst that allows others to access abilities that already existed within them but were inactive or blocked. What's fascinating about this gift is that it operates at such a deep energetic level that often neither you nor the people affected are fully aware of what is happening. You simply notice that, inexplicably, the people around you seem to flourish, discover new talents, make brave decisions, or manifest qualities they didn't even know they had. I vividly remember a woman who came to consult me, puzzled by a strange pattern in her life. She told me that her friends constantly attributed positive changes in their lives to having met her. Some had discovered artistic passions they didn't know they had. Others had found the courage to make important changes they had been postponing for years. Several had developed intuitive or spiritual gifts shortly after becoming friends with her. "But I'm not doing anything special," she said. Genuinely perplexed, "I'm just myself with them. I don't understand how they can attribute these changes to me." What this woman didn't realize is that she naturally possessed the gift of the spiritual key. Her energetic field vibrated at a frequency that literally unlocked dormant potentials in those who came into contact with her. It wasn't something she did consciously, it was something she was at her deepest essence. According to Saint Cyprian, this gift operates through an esoteric principle known as harmonic resonance. When a person lives aligned with their true essence and freely expresses their natural gifts, they create a vibration that automatically invites others to enter the same frequency. It's like when a guitar string vibrates, causing another nearby string to begin vibrating as well without needing to be touched directly. A revealing sign that you possess this gift is that people constantly tell you phrases like, "You inspire me to be better," or "I feel more creative around you," or "With you, I dare to be who I really am." Not because you give them specific advice or instructions, but because your very way of being acts as a silent invitation for them to express their own authenticity. You may also notice that people frequently discover or develop new talents, abilities, or qualities shortly after entering your energetic orbit, as if your presence somehow accelerates their personal evolution or removes obstacles that were blocking their natural expression. To honor and consciously amplify this gift, Saint Cyprian recommended a practice that we might today call catalytic intention. This involves starting each day with the conscious intention to be a channel for others to awaken to their fullest potential. It's not about forcing changes or imposing your vision. It's simply about allowing your energy to act as that natural catalyst that it already is. If you regularly observe that people around you seem to evolve or transform positively, if they frequently attribute important changes in their lives to you, even though you haven't done anything specific to provoke them, if you notice that in your presence others seem to connect with more authentic and powerful versions of themselves, you are witnessing clear manifestations of your gift as a spiritual key. This supreme gift is, in many ways, the very essence of true magnetic attraction. You don't draw others to you by what you do or how you look, but by how your presence makes them feel about themselves. You help them remember who they truly are, reconnect with their own gifts and possibilities, and there is no higher form of magnetism than this. We have journeyed together through the 8 mystical signs that, according to Saint Cyprian's wisdom, reveal your extraordinary natural magnetism. From the energy that precedes your words to the power to awaken latent gifts in others, each of these signs points to a profound truth. You possess an allure that transcends the physical and manifests in the energetic and spiritual realm. Perhaps the most surprising thing is that many people who possess these gifts live completely unaware of their own power. They are so focused on their insecurities, on what they believe they lack, that they fail to see the clear evidence of their natural magnetism that the universe is constantly sending them. True attractiveness has never depended on your recognition for it to exist. It has been with you all along, shining in every glance you receive, in every smile you inspire, in every heart you touch, in every transformation your presence catalyzes. Saint Cyprian reminds us in his texts that these gifts come with a sacred responsibility. Energetic magnetism is not bestowed upon us to feed our ego, but to serve as channels of positive transformation in the world. Each of these powers can be used to uplift, to heal, to inspire, to awaken. I invite you from today onwards to start observing your life through this new lens. Pay attention to the signs, recognize the patterns, embrace the messages the universe is sending you about your true magnetic nature. And when you're ready, write in the comments, "I acknowledge my natural magnetic power." That simple act of recognition can be the first step toward a whole new relationship with your energy and your presence in the world. Thank you for sharing this journey with me. Remember, true power isn't about being perfect, it's about being authentically you. And that authenticity is and always will be the most powerful source of true attractiveness.